is Dr. Andrew Hebert, a tremendous committee on committees, the chairman of the Committee on Order of Business, and I want you to listen very carefully as Dr. Hebert gives you his report.
Thank you, Mr. President. 14 years ago, Judge Paul Pressler brought me to my very first Southern Baptist Convention annual meeting. It was right here in St. Louis. And what a joy it is to be back here in St. Louis 14 years later, and a privilege to be serving again this year as the chairman on the Committee of Order of Business. Our committee has worked very hard this year to create a program that is honoring to the Lord and compelling to you as the messengers. Last year, we received overwhelmingly positive feedback to the changes that we made in the flow and the format of the program. We're excited again about this year's annual meeting. Several things were important to us as a committee as we organized the program. More than anything, we wanted to make much of Jesus in these 2 days. We want focused times of prayer, worship, scripture reading, and preaching. We have a lot of business to do, and we're going to have plenty of time to accomplish it, but this is more than a business meeting. We wanted to streamline the schedule so that we could maximize and celebrate the things that make us most passionate about being such a Southern Baptist, such as the great work being done through our mission boards and our seminaries. With that in mind, I want to draw your attention for just a few moments to a few highlights on the program this year. This morning, we will hear a compelling and visionary presidential address, followed by a panel on racial unity in America. Like last year, we've managed to fit about 90% of the business, including all of the elections, into today's afternoon session. Tonight will be a powerful moment for our convention as we participate in a national prayer gathering that will be broadcast on radio, television, and internet all across the world. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Ted Traylor, the pastor of Olive Baptist Church in Pensacola, Florida, will bring the convention sermon, and we will hear entity reports. Then tomorrow afternoon, President Ronnie Floyd will host a very special panel on the pastor and the church in American politics today. To close out our annual meeting, we'll join the North American Mission Board and the International Mission Board for a joint mission presentation that was a highlight of the meeting last year. You don't want to miss the joint mission presentation this year. I want to note that like last year, there are 2 opportunities to make motions. Both of those are during today's afternoon sessions. Please check the daily bulletins for the most current information on the schedule. Helpful information will also be published on the SBC annual meeting app. Finally, I want to make you aware that of an important opportunity. If you're a messenger, you'd like to make a motion and you need help formulating that motion in the proper format, you can come to the desks to my left, where a parliamentarian will be available as a resource to you as a messenger. I need to make a very important announcement about the program and the order of business. Anticipating a change in our rules, the committee had planned a new format for your questions to SBC entity leaders. Because of an action by the executive committee yesterday afternoon, we'll be returning to our normal format for SBC entity reports and questions. As a result of that change, only the revised order of business in SBC Bulletin Tuesday Part 2 is correct. Again, only the revised order of business in the SBC Bulletin Tuesday Part 2 is correct. If you have the printed program or the SBC Bulletin Part 1, they do not reflect the changes that were made. Please refer to the revised order of business in the SBC Bulletin Tuesday Part 2. With that, Mr. President, on behalf of the Committee on Order of Business, I move the adoption of the order of business as printed in the program and SBC Bulletin Tuesday Part 2.
Thank you, Dr. Hebert. The question is on the adoption of the order of business. Are you ready for the question? As many as are in favor of adopting the printed order of business, please raise your ballots. lower your ballots. And those who are opposed, please raise your ballots. You can lower, and the affirmative has it, and the order of business is now adopted. I believe with all my heart in the providence of our sovereign God, that we worship His Son, Jesus Christ, that God has us here in the city of St. Louis for such a time as this. When you look at all that is going on in the nation, I'm telling you, God has us here. I say all of that because I pray that God will turn this city upside down, because He turns us upside down for Jesus Christ over the next 2 days. There are hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that have served the Southern Baptist Convention, not only relating to crossover, but relating to taking care of a myriad of details all across this convention center. People have prayed and prayed and prayed. People have been recruited to do all sorts of matters that you have seen all around here, and it will intensify as we go through the day and then we close toward tomorrow. So today, it's the right thing to do. I want you to express a wonderful appreciation to all of our volunteers from the city of St. Louis and Metro St. Louis and beyond who have served us to the glory of God. Thank you. At this time, I have asked 2 men to bring together our welcome to St. Louis.